Call the meeting to order. Please rise for the pledge.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you and welcome to the Cinco de Mayo version of the Post Falls City Council meeting.
That's right.
Clerk will note that all councilors are present with the exception of Councilor Henderson, who is excused. Ceremonies, announcements, appointments. We have several announcements. As everyone is no doubt aware, during the past week, we lost three individuals who had a huge impact on our area. Frank Henderson, Gladys Schneidmiller, and just the other day, Scott Reed. As I don't think much more needs to be said about the contributions each of these people have made to our communities, our county, our state, and in Frank's case especially, with his international work as well. You know, the Schneidmillers are just mainstays for Post Falls in the area, so they will all be missed, and our thoughts and prayers go out to their families. Another very sad note, very disturbing note. Early this morning, Sergeant Greg Moore, the Coeur d'Alene Police Department, was severely injured in an officer-involved shooting in Coeur d'Alene. Sergeant Moore is currently in critical condition at Kootenai Medical Center. The Kootenai County Police and Fire Memorial Foundation has established a charitable fund for Sergeant Greg Moore and his wife, Lindy Moore. If you would like to contribute to an account has been set up at Umpqua Bank in Coeur d'Alene and also online. For information, call Lisa Wright at 667-6690, and please keep the Moores in your prayers as well. City recently received the Tree City USA Award from the Arbor Day Foundation. This is the 18th Tree City Award for the city, so congratulations and thank you to the Urban Forestry Division for caring for our urban forest and the outreach programs such as the annual tree giveaway. Dave, thanks to you and your staff. Please pass that on. America's Best Communities grant was announced this week that the cities of Post Falls, Rathdrum, and Hayden won a $50,000 grant through the America's Best Communities competition. The competition is a $10 million initiative to stimulate local economies. I don't think it says in there. It's through Frontier. I should mention that. The three cities submitted a collaborative grant focusing on the new emerging technology of autonomously piloted vehicles, such as drones, with commercial applications. The cities will work over the next 6 months to compete for a second-level prize of $100,000, and the final third-round prizes are $1 million, $2 million, and $3 million. So thank you for those who have been involved in that. Prior to the meeting tonight, we had a open house over at the Post Falls Museum, and they asked that we announce that the museum opens tomorrow and is open Wednesday through Saturdays from 9 until 4 o'clock. Also, they let us know that there will be a free presentation on the history of water power in Post Falls Thursday, May 14th at 6 o'clock at the library. So feel free to attend. And I failed to acknowledge our sit-in city administrator, Teresa Benner. Welcome, Teresa. Are there any amendments to the agenda?
There is one.
On the consent calendar, item G, the Phase 2 recommendation pre-selection consultant list for city projects. On the last page of that, which is page 51 of the long agenda, under technical and scientific, we have down Mall Foster Along. That company should not be there. It should be JUB Engineering instead. And this is also reflected in the resolution that you'll be voting on later.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? Not at entertain them. Oh, I'm sorry, would you please present the consent calendar?
We have items A, minutes from the April 21st, 2015 council meeting. Item B, payables, April 14th through the 27th, 2015. Item C, finding of facts and conclusions, Timothy Tracts Subdivision, file S-14-02. Item D, award of the 2015 chip and fog seal placement to Poe Asphalt Paving. Item E, contract for survey and design services with Frame and Smetana for the Evergreen Cemetery Shop. Item F is contract with Rock Placing Company for materials and labor at Falls Park. And item G is Phase 1 recommended pre-selection consultant list for city projects.
Phase 2?
Phase,
2.
oh,
Phase 2.
contacts did not work this time. Phase 2.
Thank you. I do have one question. I'm not sure Bill or Russ who would answer it, but item D, the award of the chip seal and fog placement. Last year's process, to my knowledge, went very well.
Yes.
And I heard of no complaints. Was it the same company doing it this year, or have we made a switch? Do you know?
I believe the big thing last year. One of the big things that we did last year was we hired a testing lab to come out and provide quality control services on the chip seal, and that's what really made the success of it. When you have the previous year, the chips were dusty and they were dirty, the oil didn't stick to it real well. So we've got a new company coming in and providing quality control. I can't remember if it was the same.
It'll be the same company.
That's
That's a separate contract, the quality control contract. This contract with Poe, and I apologize, I don't know if they were the company that did it last year.
I can't remember not.
I'm not sure.
But the big thing is,
I
the
think
process
they
will
were.
remain the same.
The
Yes.
process will remain the
Yes.
same. They've received the contract. The bid came in very good based on our engineering cost estimate. We're very happy with the number. And we'll also provide the extra oversight that the process that's begun.
Good.
That will be under a separate contract, and that's also in the works as well.
Good, thanks. I just
Same
want to make sure we
process.
didn't find ourselves in the same
Yes.
situation.
That was
so
Same
several years
process.
ago.
appreciate it. Any other questions? Thank you both. With that, I entertain a motion.
Move to accept the consent calendar as presented and amended by the clerk.
Second.
Motion second. Further discussion? Clerk, please take the roll.
Wilhelm?
Aye.
Hisong?
Aye.
Malloy?
Aye.
Wolf?
I, with the exception of item A, the minutes from the last meeting, I wasn't here, so I'll abstain from that one.
Thorson?
Aye.
Thank you. Motion passes. Next item is public hearings, and we have none. Followed by unfinished business, we have none. Next item is citizens' issues, which is this section of the agenda is reserved for citizens wishing to address council regarding city-related issues that are not on the agenda. In order to ensure adequate public notice, Idaho law provides that any item requiring council action must be placed on an agenda in an upcoming meeting. If anyone wishes to speak, please come forward, and we will allow you identify yourself, and we'll give you 5 minutes. Seeing none. Next item is new business, and we have none. Ordinances and resolutions. We have one resolution dealing with the approval of pre-selection of design professionals and consultants.
Move to approve the resolution approval of pre-selection of design professionals and consultants.
Second.
Motion second. Further discussion? Clerk, please take the roll.
Hisong?
Aye.
Malloy?
Aye.
Wolf?
Aye.
Thorson?
Aye.
Wilhelm?
Aye.
Thank you. Motion passes. Next, administrative and staff reports.
We have none?
Thank you. Mayor comments. We have a couple. This morning, we had our second 3-on-3 meeting with Urban Renewal. Councilor Thorson, myself, and Mr. Knoll sat in for the city, 3 members of Urban Renewal, and it's just a matter of update. The process at the overpass is going well. Spokane Street is going well. There are hiccups, but they're addressing them. So there is nothing carried, to my knowledge. It was out of the ordinary. I mean, things are moving the right direction, so it was good to communicate that. We're doing those on a monthly basis, so that was good. Also this morning, after that meeting, Councilor Thorson and I were over at the Women Build Week. I had the pleasure of being there for the Habitat of Humanity of North Idaho kickoff as they started a new home for the Williamson family in Post Falls. Habitat's a great organization, and as you know, or may know, the people who are going to be acquiring these homes have to put in, bless you, many hours, I don't know what the number is. 800? Of sweat equity in other projects in order to qualify. And this is a very nice young couple, both looking to graduate from college with a young child, just thrilled to death, and just a great project. And of course, was a little bit risky, I guess, on my part, because I read something that had been given to me that says it was all about empowering women. And I thought empowering women with power tools and hammers, I thought maybe I should leave. But I'm sure that they were going to do a much better job than I would have. So it was a good event to be at this morning. Last week, we had declared April as Child Abuse Prevention Month, and I had the enjoyable experience of reading several stories to young children at the library in celebration of the Child Abuse Prevention Month. I believe the PD was there. I know the fire district was there. And it was really interesting, but I kind of learned my place because kids would much rather look at a fire truck or a police car than the mayor. So that was putting me in my place real quick. The flag mural, if you haven't seen it, it's phenomenal. I had the pleasure of attending the dedication of the flag mural at the American Legion last week and presenting a buck knife to the artist. Carrie, would you give us an update, a summary? You were extremely responsible for that, and it was a marvelous project.
Well, it was, and Councilor Hissong was there too. It was a pretty incredible, less than really 24 hours that it took him to create that. And spending some time there, the passersby, kids when the school buses go by, waving, it was pretty extraordinary. So I think, also a shout out to Buck Knives, because the city presented a buck knife to the artist Scott Lobato. I thought he was going to cry and jump up and down. But Buck Knives went above and beyond what the city was going to present to him. And it was just a wonderful day to be an American, and it was a wonderful day to be in Post Falls. And he said that was the best turnout that he'd seen, and we were number 17 in the states that he has been going along to. But it was wonderful, and it's on Pole Line and Syringa on the side of the American Legion building, and it's dedicated to all veterans. So go and enjoy it. But thank you for being there.
It was a wonderful, wonderful experience. Thank you for your efforts. I think lastly, just to mention, you'll receive copies, I think, via email of letter and information, the letter I'm sending to the North Idaho Building Contractors Association. If you have any questions or need information on that, let me know. Basically, they sent us a letter stating they're opposed to the city of Post Falls hiring an electrical inspector. And they provided some information, and Mr. Knoll, thank you very much for the information you provided, but it was approved unanimously by the council. We are moving forward with it. And the information there should be pretty self-explanatory. Please let us know if you have any questions. So, council comments.
Yeah, I had one more thing. Thursday, May 7th, this Thursday at noon, it's not a city function, but it's taking place in the City Hall Plaza. At noon is National Day of Prayer. And so there are these going on all over the United States. The Coeur d'Alene is at McEwen Park, at Veterans Memorial Park at McEwen. And here it's non-denominational. A number of pastors throughout the community will be holding National Day of Prayer noon on Thursday.
Linda.
I would just like to thank the community for coming out and supporting Alan and Joanne Hildebrandt last Saturday at the Senior Center. We had a phenomenal turnout there. Community First Bank and Allison down at the City Center just did a great job, and we're just all proud to say they raised almost $60,000 that day for that family, and that was very much needed. So just thank you, everyone who participated, and it just is a proud day to live in Post Falls.
Thank you for your efforts on that. Following up on that, just one more time to reiterate, yeah, this area is hugely generous, and please remember the Moore family. They will need some help, so let's all step up and try to provide whatever support we can. So, with that, we do not need an executive session.
We do not.
Next motion.
We're adjourned.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you.
That was the shortest meeting ever.